What's up, everybody? Drew, aka Catching Rockets here. Let's just dive right into it. I guess we'll go over plays from yesterday first, or from today, whatever. From plays that we found on Saturday for today, and then also we'll take a look at Spy today. I don't have time to do requests today, just an FYI. So this is going to be a fairly short video, just due to time constraints. What's up, the Mark crew? What's up, Devin? Spy, we gave a few possibilities. I was really wanting a pullback to this range to go long. However, I did say retest this, go long to the previous day POC. And it didn't happen until the end of the day, but this was your long, and it hit the target to a T. So roughly quick 1.5 there, if you happen to catch it. What's up, Tony? What's up, Destiny? So anyway, pretty good. I'm trying to see, like, yeah. I feel like if I was trading live, I probably would have been able to catch this move here. I don't think I would have taken this, but I definitely would have caught this. A lot easier to do live. This I would have caught. But yeah, that's it. So anyway, let's dive into it. We'll start out with, I feel like we have to go back a little bit because we had trades that didn't trigger from previous videos, but we'll just cover them really quick. We'll start with Dash. This now is invalidated. We were looking for puts below 103.95. We never got there. Or wait, did this today? Wow. Okay. Well, this is not invalid. This is a mistrade. Let me fix my spreadsheet here. AMD is done. Microsoft, I think that triggered today. Let me just figure out if I would have got stopped out or not. It looks like I probably would. This is... It triggered... Triggered, started going, and then pulled back pretty good. Not looking too good. Let's see. Yeah, this is a miss. I would have been stopped out on this a long time before. That's unfortunate. Nvidia's done. Airbnb, I don't believe this is triggered yet. Oh, it barely did at the end of the day, right? Oh. So now the question is, would I have been stopped out or not? I wouldn't, but this is no bueno. Yeah. I wouldn't have got stopped out on this, so this is still in play as it was a swing trade. If you happen to miss this, you can try, if it triggers tomorrow, you can try taking it below 146.60. First trim 145.95, second trim 145.15, close puts at 144.48. What's up, everybody? How you all doing? Oh, you can see my spreadsheet. I mean, you want me to share it in the Discord? I can do that if you want me to. Yeah, if you want me to share it in the Discord, just let me know. I'll post it. I don't feel like it's anything special, but yeah. Um, okay, so anyway, that's Airbnb. If you happen to take it, kind of a bummer. Like it just barely hit our entry. Maybe I didn't nail the entry very good. It looks like this would have been a better entry for it, like right about here. That's a bummer. 146.50, and then we wouldn't have got this fake out. But anyway, it is what it is. This just shows like how trading actually goes. You're gonna take losses. It's inevitable. We're playing probabilities, and the probabilities do not always work out in our favor. We try to skew them in our direction as much as possible. But anyway, this is a swing trade. So if it doesn't hit one of our targets tomorrow, then it'll be a mistrade. Yeah, I'll post the spreadsheet. Actually, let me just do it right now, because I'll probably forget later. Mm. As soon as I figure out where it is. Oh, it's on my desktop. No, it's not. Sorry, give me a second. I'll find it. Bro, you are not there. Sorry, bear with me while I try to find this, guys. Oh, there we go. Okay, I got it. I'm going to put it in the Catching Rockets channel on Keenan's. And then if people in Shorty's Discord want me to post it, let me know. I'll post it there as well. So then next we are looking at, Myrna is from Saturday. It didn't trigger. This is still in play. We're looking for over 122.40. First trim 123.60, and then close calls at 124.17. And then the only other trade that I found for today is Home Depot. For this, I'm looking for calls over 159.25. First trim 360 and 60 cents. Second trim 361.70, and close calls at 363 and 80 cents. What's up, Macman? AMD. Let's take a peek. I mean, we got in and got out. Love that for us. Give me a second. I know I didn't see a trade set up on AMD. Yeah, I'm still bullish. Yes. $182. It needs to clear like 182.70, 183-ish. And then we should see somewhere around like 188, 189. 186. Sorry. It should hit around 186, 187, something like that. But we have to get through 183 when 182 and 70 cents. Somewhere around there needs to be broken for upside. Um, a pullback to our POC here, 177. We'll call it 177.20 would be a nice spot to get in long. But really, just based on this little pennant here, this kind of needs to be tapped. This is, daily candles, so obviously this would be a further out swing trade. It will take time to get to 200, but that's your first target based on this pennant breaking to the upside. Akash, I feel like you asked in Keenan's, right, for IWM, and I feel like I covered it. It needs a pullback. I'll show you guys really quick. Again, I don't have time for requests, but for me, IWM, for me to get interested, like, it either needs to chop around up here or we need to pull back to 213.30-ish to get a nice bounce where you would want to grab calls. And that's basically every single time frame. We need a healthy pullback. It's just been running. Yeah, like it's gapped up, 3 days in a row. It did exactly what we said here, right? Just stair-stepped all the way up. So if you listened here, I mean, you're golden. But this is not the time to be getting into calls. We need a healthy pullback. Like, you're really wanting a pullback at least to here. I mean, you could, I guess you could play puts, but I don't see a play for that either. I don't see a setup. But we need a healthy pullback to happen so that we can consider getting back into calls. And even better, like filling this gap would be a better pullback. What's up, Hef? What's up, William? I'm not looking at Trump stock. There's absolutely no reason to look at Trump stock. I'll say this. I've been saying this. I've talked about it. I was talking about it in Keenan's Discord in the calls and puts channel for, I don't even know, for the last 2 days. Everybody's like calls, DJT, calls, DJT, calls. And I kept telling everybody, like, if you're not already in it, you've missed it. And if you did what you were saying and you took calls today at the open, you got clapped. A 12-point move on a $40 stock. Like, and then when I'm saying, dude, don't FOMO and trade DJT, you're going to get clapped. Don't take calls on DJT. Then everybody's like, oh, puts on DJT. No, don't look at DJT. These YouTube influencers that post, like their thumbnail picture with their hands like this and their mouth wide open and, oh, the next stock going to 1,000%. Dude, just stay away from that crap. That's not trading. Seriously, save yourself a lot of headaches. Save yourself all the swings up and down. Go to Vegas. Take whatever money that you want to invest into, or I shouldn't even say invest. Take whatever money that you want to gamble into DJT. Put it on black or red. Let them spin the wheel. Quick in and out. Boom. One and done. Grab your money or lose your money and walk away. No, I didn't speak on IWM yesterday. We covered it. Where was it? It was like back here somewhere. Like I'm giving levels at 199, so price had to be at 199 for me to be giving those levels. So I think it was. I couldn't have been as far back as June. I don't. I really don't. You guys would have to look back on the videos and figure out which one like I covered this on, but I covered it at some point, saying it's going to stair step up slowly. 204.50 was like my target. Um, nice, Devin. um, well, that's the thing, William. Once the news happens, like you can't get in. You can't get in on the trade. It's done. And I don't. I will never be able to understand that retail mentality of like, oh, that like Donald Trump got shot. Like it's time to invest in DJT. No, you already missed it. And the only way that you're going to catch trades like that is if you get lucky. So the thing with luck is it's not repeatable. And if you're trading based on luck and just trying to like catch some news event and have it go in your direction, or trade whatever earnings and have it go in your direction, you can't repeat that. And then as a trader, you're looking for things that are repeatable where you can consistently make money. I think this is a good time for me to do my little transparency thing. I'm going to pop this up on the screen. Where is it? This is repeatable. This is consistency. This is repeatable. This is doable. This is what you should be striving for. It's actually kind of realistically, like, these gains are kind of on the higher side, because this is like a third of my portfolio at the time when I traded this. So to show you guys, I can't, like, it might be hard for you guys to see, but I started the account with $648.90. So a $266 win on the first day is 1/3 of my portfolio. You should not be trading like that. I'm pretty accurate, so and I'm not worried about losing $600. So for me, this is not a big deal. But where you slowly grind up an account, being consistent, and you want it to be consistent to where you're doing it every day. And you can see in here, it's not, I mean, like, overall, I'm green every single day, which will eventually end up getting broken. I'm going to have a red day. It's inevitable. I have losing trades. So it's not like I'm just like freaking walking on water over here and, 100% win every single time. I take losses, but, day over day, I'm generally profitable, right? So this, making $2,000 in 10 trading days from a $600 account, like, that's what you want to strive to achieve. The dollar amount doesn't even matter, but you want to strive for that consistency, because if you can make $200 on a $600 account, then you can make $10,000 on a $100,000 account, or you can make $10,000 on $1 million account. Like, and if you're doing that every day, like, that's FU money, So you want to strive for this consistency, and that consistency, like, the amount that you're making grows with the size of your portfolio. Trying to get lucky, it's not repeatable. You're going to end up getting clapped. You're going to lose everything, and you're either going to learn a lesson or you're going to quit the game. So stop looking for these stupid stocks that, like, these YouTube influencers or whoever else that you're listening to are telling you guys to trade. Like, just stay away from it. You don't want to be trying to gamble and trade news events. You're going to get clapped. Yeah, there's increased volatility on those stocks, but you're going to lose your pants. What's up, Alan? So anyway, that's my rant for the day. Next thing, we'll just go over SPY really quick, and then I'm going to call it a day. I have stuff to do to get ready for the baby coming up. So Um, hopefully we can find some repeatable trades for you guys here. I got to get rid of some of this stuff. I really do hope somebody caught this long at the previous week value area high. I mean, we literally covered that to a T. And we also gave you the exit at the previous day value area high. So you would have made a nice payday. It was a quick 5-point move. What's up, Scott Dog? My friend. Start with session volume profile. Oh, nice. We might run tomorrow. You know, based on just the initial look, this looks pretty bullish. So right now we have 2 days. Oh shoot, I need to turn this on really quick. We have 2 days where the value area is very close, so I'm going to be looking at SIGs. There to there, and then I need to turn this one off. So for anybody that doesn't know SIGs, you use the fixed range volume profile. You draw. So if we turn on session volume profile really quick, you're drawing. You know, when you have at least 2 days in a row that are in the same kind of range, 3 or more is kind of better. But you can 2 is enough to start drawing SIGs, and you start with 68% for your value area volume, and then you go to 95%, and that would be your second SIGs. And these are going to be good levels to watch for reactions. Generally, second SIG are going to get a bounce or a rejection. And then third SIG is going to be value area 99%. And that doesn't change much to the upside.
Sorry, where's the third SIG?
To the upside?
Oh, just in general, like 100% away? Or wait, what was it?
99.
99. Okay, thank you so much. Sorry about that.
Yeah, no, you're good. And then now look at TPO. And for these, for people trading anything that's not futures, For your SIGs, TPO, all of that, you want regular trading hours on, not extended trading hours. If you're doing futures, for your SIGs, you can have extended trading hours on, but for TPO, you want only regular trading hours. For your session volume profile on futures, you want extended trading hours on. So our single prints, I mean, I could do this, but I don't think it's really going to matter. Our single prints on SPY extend a little bit higher than our second SIG, third SIG. I don't think we tap the top of the single prints up here. I think if we come to this area, especially the second SIG, that should be like an immediate short, unless there's some kind of crazy momentum that's saying don't short, you know. Um, John L, this is SPY, yeah. Um, so things are starting to get a little bit congested here on SPY. And congestion might make it hard for me to give you guys plays unless I'm watching it live, because things could be pretty choppy. Yeah. All right. I mean, I do see some stuff for you guys. Wait, what's this? Okay. Give me a second, guys. I want to kind of just look at, ooh, bigger picture. Yeah. That's weird. Why didn't it show up? Oh, well. So our volume's a little bit low today. Um, and we had kind of a choppy day on SPY. Um, but it is red volume. But it's decreasing from, if we're looking at our volume down here at the bottom, on Thursday, we had a pretty good red candle. And then Friday, we had a green candle, which basically matched the volume of Thursday. And today, we had a red candle, but the volume is decreasing from Thursday and Friday. I'm expecting a bounce tomorrow, or expecting upside, I should say. I would like a pullback first. I'm just trying to figure out where I want that pullback to be too. So there's a few areas where you could look for a long tomorrow. Um, if we pull back to our previous day value area low at 560 and 76 cents, um, you could look for calls, or calls up to 562.25. There is a chance that this happens, which would be beautiful. But if you have um, multiple contracts, I would trim one here at the POC, trim one at the previous day value area high, trim at your 2-day value area high, and then close at 564.60. Yeah, SIG levels are 30-minute charts. And then, so this would be great, you know. Even better is, and we kind of talk about this every day, so hopefully it's easy for everybody to understand. Really, ideally, we dip below the previous day value area low. And you want to spend like 45 minutes below it, which would be ideal. Come back inside, have 3 5-minute candles, retest, play it all the way to previous day value area high, right? This would be an ideal scenario. And if that happens, you know, you have 2 entries. You either wait for your entry here at the retest. If you're not a risk taker or not a big risk taker, you want to wait for the entry of the retest of the previous day value area low. If you're a more risky trader, then your entry is down here for longs. Okay. And I don't really think like this is a bad entry. I mean, you can see from today, again, we had talked about this on Saturday. A retest of this level is good all the way up to what was before the previous day POC, which was right around here somewhere, 61.40-ish, give or take. So coming down to here, I would expect a pretty strong reaction and a pretty strong bounce to the upside. But to get confirmation that we're going all the way to the previous day value area high, you need to come inside the previous day value area low, retest, and go long. Well, you don't necessarily have to have the retest, but that's more like confluence that value is being accepted or price is being accepted within that previous day value area, and will normally, you know, go to the far extreme, which is the previous day value area high. If for whatever reason we open and we're up in this range here, or we open and get to this range here, I would be looking for puts. And then the same thing, you know, your first target is going to be the 2-day value area high, and you would trim. And then from there, you target your previous day value area high, and then you would trim. And then from there, previous day POC, and you would trim. 2-day POC would also trim. And then you would finally close at the previous day value area low. I doubt this scenario is going to happen, but just in case, it is a probability. And if we see this, you know, early in the day, I would expect a pullback. Really, I think ideal, we're looking for calls in this range here or in here, and that's where you want to get in and you know, trim at your levels on the way up. Okay. What's up, Rob? Perfect timing, brother. Yeah, so that's really all that I have for everybody. Hopefully you guys kill it tomorrow. Yeah, you have good timing, bro. I want to share this again just because I like to be transparent. I'm not going to be trading this account for the next probably 15 days. Apex And when I say this, I'm not talking bad about them as a company or anything like that, but they take a long time to approve payouts, and I'm sure that works out in their favor. Like, if like you have to request payouts on Apex either on between the 1st and the 5th of the month, or the 15th and the 20th of the month. And then if you request between the 1st and the 5th, they generally don't approve your payout until the 15th, and then you'll get it on the around the 1st of the month on the next month. Once they approve it, you can, like, if you lost money or whatever, it wouldn't matter, because once they approve it, they withdraw the funds from your account. And even if you blew the account the next day, you would still get the payout because they had withdrew the money from your account. But I think this has probably happened to a lot of people where you request a payout, you keep trading the account, and then you end up losing your gains, and then you don't get the payout. So for me, I'm requesting a payout on this account today for 2K, and I'm not going to be trading this account for at least 15 days. And what I'm going to do is, what I'm going to do is, I don't know why I'm losing my train of thought. I'm going to start trading on Top Step, because Top Step, their payouts are pretty much instant. So, like, for them, well, the rules for Apex, you have to trade for 10 days, and then you have to be over a certain threshold amount to get a payout from them. Thank you, babe. And then for Apex, or sorry, for Top Step, you trade just 5 days, and you have to make 250 per day. It doesn't have to be 5 days in a row, but you have to have 5 winning days of 250 or more, and then you can request a payout on the 5th day, and they're pretty much instant. Like, they process that request almost instantly and pay you out within like a couple of days. So it's very, very quick. So basically, I'm going to be taking, I have 4 accounts right now on Top Step that are like a few $100s away from qualifying. I'm going to qualify them, and then I'll start trading them and taking payouts on those over the coming days. I'm also probably not going to be trading a whole lot. As you guys know, I mean, this week I'll be trading, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Friday, the baby's coming, and I don't know. Maybe I'll be back to trading Monday. Maybe I won't. I'm not really, I'm not stressing over it. Like, the market will always be here. But, a new baby is not always a thing. So I'm going to be enjoying my time with my baby, and, helping my wife with her recovery. Make sure that I'm taking care of her, and I'm going to be doing all the cooking and everything. So I'm going to be a pretty busy man. So that's kind of the plan moving forward, just so you guys know. You probably won't see an update on this account for a while, as I'm not going to be trading it for a good 15 days or so. But I'll start once I don't share like wins and losses on qualifying accounts, because they're not real. But once I qualify on those Top Step accounts, then I'll start sharing, the daily wins or losses on those accounts. So, and then I'm just gonna say, boys, like, find yourself a good woman. She just brought me my dinner at my office. So that's why I said thank you to her. Yeah. So. I'm sorry, why do I need to do what, William? Go over. Um, Thank you, Scott Dog. Nice, Rob. You should put a ring on that. Thank you, William. Sorry, William. I want to know what your question was. Why do I need to do what? Oh yeah, you should, Alan. It's killer. Thank you, Juan. Appreciate that. Thank you, Hef. Thank you, William. Bro, William, I want to know what your question is, man. Yeah, no worries, Alan. Thank you, Jordan. Yeah, it will be fire, William. Yeah, I mean, if I'm interpreting William's question correctly, like, oh, it's a funded account, so I have to follow um, the people that give me the funding for the account. I have to follow their rules, and um, they have rules as far as the amount of money that you need to make to request a payout. They have rules as far as how much money you can request for a payout. Um, but it's like it's a good way to build up capital for people that don't have a ton of money sitting in the bank. Um, and like a lot of those rules kind of go out the window. Um, Once you've been trading the account for 4 months, like there's no limit to the amount that you can request to withdraw. So like one of the guys that like myself and Shorty taught and mentored, he just took out 1.4 million. And I don't know the exact time frame for the accounts and for the payouts or whatever, but he had 20 50K accounts that he traded all at the same time through Apex Trader Funding. And I know he took out like a 40K withdrawal, and then his next withdrawal was 1.4 million, or sorry, 1.3 something, close to 1.4. But with the 40K and the 1.3 whatever that he took out, like the total was over 1.4 million dollars. Um, the benefit is using somebody else's capital. That's the benefit. Um, but with that, there's a lot of non benefits, like you have to follow their rules. So yeah, nice one. That's awesome. Congrats. Thank you, Shahan. I hope that's how you pronounce your name. Thank you, Devin. Guitar guy, I wouldn't recommend starting with $100 in your account. Um, so I'm gonna try to be as real as possible with you, guitar guy. Um, if you're if you're new to trading, um, you should be working on studying. And if all you have that you can afford to like trade with is $100, then you should go and find yourself a side hustle where you can like build up a decent sized portfolio, and then start trading with that. And I'll try to break this down for you, but I know I want to say probably around 6 or 8. We'll call them professional traders. They're not. But I know like 6 or 8 people that were listed as analysts in a Discord, which to me, like, looking at all 6 or 8 of them, I know that um, they're not consistently profitable traders, but all 6 or 8 of them started with $100 account, and their goal was to turn the $100 into 1,000, and every single one of them failed, because it's very unrealistic to start with such a small portfolio and spin it up to $1,000. It's very, very, very difficult to do. So for somebody like myself, or somebody like my mentor Shorty, um, even for each of us, it would be a very difficult task. Um, could we do it? Yes. Is it repeatable? Eh. You know, it's like you start with $100, you trade it. Um, the first couple of trades, like, you have to get lucky, meaning that, like, you know, me and my mentor were consistently profitable traders, and you know, we can trade an account and make money. But when you only have $100, if you lose, you know, you're playing probabilities, and probabilities say you can lose 18 times in a row. And if you're losing 18 times in a row with only $100, you have nothing left to trade with. And you know, so again, like, we're trading the probabilities. For me and my mentor to take 18 losses in a row, is that realistic? Not really, but can it happen? Yes, it can. Absolutely, 100% can happen. Like, if you're looking at mathematical odds and probabilities, the most losses you'll take in a row is like 18. And then after your 18th loss, like, pretty much guaranteed mathematically that you will get a win. Um, and so with $100, I mean, it's just like I said, you take a couple losses, even one loss or two or three losses, like, your account's gone. You have nothing left to trade with. And so for somebody that's newer and starting out, trying to accomplish that, trying to achieve that is almost impossible, and you're just setting yourself up for failure. And this is something that I've talked about a little bit. Um, People think like, um, or I don't know what they think, right? So for me, when I started trading, it was like just study, 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 study. And I see people all the time that are like, oh, what's the play? What's the play? What's the play? They're not studying or doing the work on their own. They just want to open up their wings and fly. And like, you can basically, you know, like, compare this to any job in the world. So day trading is a career, right? And you look at any job in the world, whatever it is, I don't care, pilot, mechanic, doctor, like anything, right? You don't walk in like on your first day, you know, while you're going to school or whatever to be a surgeon and go, hey, like, forget the books, forget learning. Who cares about anatomy? Let me go cut somebody open. Because that sounds way more fun than studying, right? And or a pilot, like, oh, like, I don't need to learn how to fly. Like, let's just go hop in a plane and do it. No, you put in the work and you study first and you learn how to do it. Um, Otherwise, you're gonna fail. Like, you can't, or even a mechanic. You know, like, I'm naming jobs that, you know, require, like, or I'm not trying to put down mechanics. I'm sure there's a ton of studying in mechanics and whatever else. I don't know very much about, you know, fixing cars. I'm terrible at stuff like that, which is why I take my car to a mechanic. But I know there's a ton to know about cars and doing repairs and whatever. And if you don't know what you're doing, it's easy to strip, you know, nuts and bolts, and easy to strip screws and all that stuff. And I'm sure it's very easy to make a lot of mistakes as a mechanic. And if you don't put in the work and study and learn, and most of those jobs, you know, where it's like hands on, like a surgeon, they go in and they work with another surgeon that's been doing it for years and watch them and learn from them. Or, you know, a pilot, like, you're, as a student pilot, you're flying with a pilot and learning from them. And I'm sure as a mechanic, where it's like a hands on career like that, like, you're going in and you're studying with another mechanic that's showing you the ropes. So I do say this about trading, like, you don't have to have a mentor to teach you how to trade. Um, you can do it on your own. You can learn how to trade. Like, this is kind of like a questionable area, right? Like, I really, you know, try to teach people, like, you don't have to pay money to learn how to be a trader, right? You don't have to pay somebody. You don't have to pay for discords. You don't have to, you know, like, pay somebody to give you call outs. What you do need to do, though, is invest in some books and study the books and study charts and spend a lot of time just watching charts, watching how things move, learning that, you know, when something's running up or there's a news event like DJT, is not the time to buy calls. Like, you don't buy calls at the top, right? The whole theory and like principle of trading is buy low, sell high, or sell high, buy low. Um, and sell high, buy low might not make sense to people. Or sell high, buy low would be puts, right? Like we're selling at the top, taking a put, and we're going to close by buying at the bottom or whatever, or buy low to get out of that trade. It makes more sense if you're trading futures because when you're taking the equivalent of a put in futures, you sell, and when you close a future, you buy. If if it's moving down, and then it's the inverse for longs, for calls. Like you buy to go up, and when it gets to your target, you sell. So anyway, like those things, like that should be in your mind. Like when a stock's running up, you shouldn't be like, oh, let me buy now. No, that's when you're looking to sell. That's when you're looking to get out, or that's when you're looking for a reversal to the downside. But you never try to time the top. You're looking for levels. Like I mean, I don't have anything great on my chart, but let's just say like we come down here, retest the 2-day value area high. This is where you sell. As price is moving up, you get into a put and play it down, right? You don't go, oh, price dumped all day, let me buy a put here. No, that's not what you do. So those crazy stocks that are running, I don't know who you guys are listening to, but stop listening to them. People that are like, oh, DJT after Donald Trump got shot, like if they have a YouTube channel, cancel it. If they have, or whatever, cancel your subscription. If they have a Discord, like get off of it, like whatever. But if they're saying like, oh, I called out DJT, 2 days ago, and now there's this a news event, like we're gonna make bank, cool. They're trading off of the charts. They're not trading off of news, and they just happen to get lucky and catch that news event. I mean, it happens. A good example, or a good thing that like I could relate that to is I don't know, like a few months back or a month back or whatever, somebody did a request for GME, and I opened up the chart and I was like, oh, this is about to rocket, right? Like based on technicals, I'm like, oh, this is gonna rocket. Like you want to do calls, whatever, blah 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 blah. And then I think like the very next day was when Roaring Kitty posted that image of the guy sitting forward in his chair with the cell phone. So yeah, I got lucky on the news, but I didn't get lucky on reading the technicals, right? The technicals were there. The stock was gonna rip, like it was gonna absolutely sky, and I just happened to call it right before a news event happened. So that's what you're looking for. Don't follow people that are talking about stocks that are already running and suggesting that you get into them. That's how you sell or you buy from the professional traders. Like those, when you get into a trade and it's already like moving with momentum upwards or whatever, and you're buying a call, the pro traders are selling to you, and you're their liquidity. So don't be that person. That's not who you want to be. Study, learn how to trade, and start trading. But so the big point with this is don't study patterns. The study volume, like what's it called? The like you'll never really see me talk about patterns on this channel. Every once in a while I'll be like, oh, there's a bull flag, there's a bear flag, there's a pennant, whatever, blah blah blah, and I will kind of point them out. But market makers are aware of all of those things, right? And they will use, like they know as soon as a bull flag breaks to the upside, retail's piling in, and they will specifically dump that stock back down just far enough to get all of your liquidity, and then they'll let it run. So trading patterns is really not good. It does work, whatever, 50-60% of the time, but whatever it is, 40-50% of the time, they're going to grab your liquidity. You want to learn how to trade based off of volume because they cannot hide volume. You want to learn how to trade based off of volume profile because they cannot hide volume profile. TPO because they also cannot hide TPO. footprints because they can't hide footprints, and order flow because they can't hide their orders. And that's like the cheat code to trading. And once you learn those things, you kind of have like a um, what's the word, like a cheat code to trading. Um, so that's what I would focus on learning if I were you guys. The things that I just mentioned. There should be books pinned in the description of this video. Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas, Volume Price Analysis by Anna Cooling, and Volume Profile by Trader Dale. Those are the three books that you should start with. Once you read those three books, DM me and I'll do a free one-on-one with you. And I'll put you on some game and give you some more stuff to study. Getting back to my point, I know I've kind of gone off on this long tangent, but if you have $100 in your account and that's all you can afford to trade with, and you haven't put in a ton of work studying, and you're not already like a consistently profitable trader, guarantee you will lose that $100, and you would be way better off finding, like whatever, an ETF, or like VOO would be a great like ETF to put your money into, or find a good company to buy some shares in or whatever, and then go out and get a side hustle, and whatever you make from that side hustle, save up to actually like put into a portfolio to trade with. And while you're doing that side hustle, study and learn how to become a trader. And that's what I would recommend. I'm sure like most people will not listen to me. They think they're gonna like become a professional day trader overnight by taking some YOLO trades with $100 or $200 or $1,000, and life is going to be amazing and they're going to become a millionaire. And I guarantee you, doing that, you're just going to lose your money. So put in the time, put in the work, study. Only like 1 to 2% of people that start this journey actually make it and become profitable. And it's because most people are not, they either aren't studying the right things, or they're not putting in the hard work that's required to be successful in this game. And then you end up quitting because you lose money and you're wrong. And if there's two things people don't like, it's being wrong and losing money. And when both of those things are happening at the same time, it's a very, very painful experience. Like, our egos do not like to be wrong. And they also don't like to lose money. And when both things are happening at the same time, kind of claps your cheeks. So do it correctly, study, learn. And like I said, if you don't have enough money to trade with, go, go put in the work and get a side hustle, make some money. And then, as you're doing that, study, and then come back and start trading. And if you can find somebody to mentor you, even better. But just be very, very cognizant and very careful about who you listen to when it comes to trading. Most people are asking for money. And of course, time is money, right? Like if people came to me, I haven't mentored somebody in a very long time because it's a lot of work. I have mentored a few people. Most of them are successful, but just because you mentor somebody doesn't guarantee success. Not everybody can get over like the emotional hurdle of trading, which is like the hardest part. And not everybody is willing to put in the work. Like, even though they say they are, when it really comes down to it, they don't put in the work. Or maybe they just don't have the mental capacity to really learn everything that they need to learn, whatever it is. But Mike, I wouldn't recommend anything less than $1,000, really. But it's not even about the amount that you start with. It's about the amount you invest in yourself before you start. So studying, learning, that's what's important. But you have to start with like a realistic dollar amount where you're not setting yourself up for failure. If you start with $1,000 or $2,000, you have some buffer in case you do take 18 losses in a row. And as long as you're starting with, as long as you're trading with the proper sizing based on your account size, even if you take 18 losses in a row, you still have money and you can still bounce back from it. It's going to be painful, but it is doable, right? Whereas like $100, there's just no way, it's impossible. Like I could start $100 account tomorrow, and there's a 50-50 chance that I run it to 1,000, and there's a 50-50 chance that I lose it all. And so then, and we're talking about somebody that's consistently profitable, um, versus somebody that's just starting out with $100. Like you're you're shooting yourself in the foot, and the odds are very, very, very against you. Um, Again, I wouldn't recommend anything less than 1,000, but that's just me personally. Um, Nobody can really tell you. Like the biggest key is to make sure that you're using the correct sizing for your account size. So, like if you're trading with $1,000 account, um, you should only be willing to risk 1 to 2% of that account, maybe 3% at the most per trade. So at the most, with $1,000 account, the most that you're willing to risk is $30, and your reward for risking $30 has to be $60. And again, when I say this, I'm not saying enter a trade where your goal is to lose either $30 or make 60. Find a setup where your your risk is $30 and the upside potential is at least 60, if not more. But you do that based on levels on the chart, not based off of P&L or percentages or whatever else. Um, I kind of went on a tangent there, but really, 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 please be careful about who you listen to. On YouTube nowadays, a lot of people have figured out, hey, I can make a YouTube channel. I can put some what's it called, thumbnails with my mouth wide open and my hands on my cheeks, and talk about the next stock or coin that's going to run 1,000%, and you'll end up getting a lot of followers. And you don't have to be right all the time on your videos. You just have to get people's interest and talk about things like DJT or whatever, Tesla when there's some kind of a news event, earnings plays, whatever. And then you can show like, oh, look, if you took this earning play, you would have made 1,000%. Of course, they don't focus on the 5 ones that they talked about that missed. They just talk about the ones that worked. You come to my channel, I cover everything that didn't work. I cover everything that did work. I show my P&L, like, and I'm not asking you for anything. I'm not saying, hey, join my Discord. I'm not saying, hey, give me $10,000 and I'll mentor you. I really don't want anything from you guys. I know recently, like, I did say I need a new video card, and it's not really, in my financial budget right now, but kind of need it for doing the stream. And a bunch of people came through and donated. But you probably won't hear me asking for money like that again. Excuse me, I've got something in my throat. Give me just a second. Okay. So, what was I saying even? Um, oh yeah, so like people might ask you for 10 grand to mentor them, or ask you to join their Discord, charge money, whatever, and they're calling out plays. There's one person that always pops in my head, and I kind of just laugh at him every single time he posts, asking for 10 grand to mentor people, and he trades with EMAs. Like, bro, I'm selling my contracts to you. You don't know what you're talking about. You think you do. You post your little thumbnails with your, hands on your cheeks and your mouth wide open. And those people kind of disgust me. Like, they are literally, I guarantee you, not profitable traders. And they know they're not profitable traders. And so they're trying to make money off of selling courses or Discords or, what's it called? Mentorships, things like that, one-on-one calls, all that stuff. I talk about this a little bit. Like, I always tell people, read those 3 books and I will do a free one-on-one with you. I could easily charge like $600 to $1,000 for that one-on-one. easily, and people would pay it. But I'm not that guy. I'm not. I'm not out here like trying to make money off of other people to teach them how to be traders. I feel like I got very lucky with my mentor. He didn't charge me, and now I'm kind of trying to pay it forward. I will say, with everything that I've said, there might be people right now that are like, "Oh, but dude, you have a Discord linked in your videos that's $100 a month." You're correct, I do, but none of that money goes into my pocket. That's my mentor's Discord, and that's actually the place to be. Like, if you want to learn, he doesn't need your $100. He has a very good career where he makes a lot of money. He doesn't need to trade because his career is so good. He makes a lot of money. He used to be a market maker, and he makes a ton of money from trading, and definitely doesn't need your $100 per month. The only reason that he now charges $100 a month to join the Discord is if he made his if he devalued himself and did it for whatever 5, 10, 15, $20, a ton of people would join and a ton of troublemakers would join, and the Discord would become disruptive and crazy. And right now, like anybody that's in that Discord, there's people that might speak up right now. I don't know, anybody that's in the Orbit chat with me that wants to speak up, please feel free. We don't have people bickering back and forth and arguing and whatever. It just doesn't happen because we have a bunch of professionals that are investing in themselves and investing their time and becoming better traders. And everybody there, respects each other. I'm sure there's people that don't like each other, but they don't disrespect each other. Everybody acts in a professional manner and respectful, and we have no issues. And if we lowered the price to $20 a month, that would change very quickly. It would become an absolute shit show. So for anybody thinking like, oh, you have that Discord linked in your video, again, doesn't go in my pocket at all. That's my mentor. That is the place to be if you want to learn. I would recommend it. Like, if you're really serious about trading and you really seriously want to put in the time and effort and learn, that's the place to be. But that's it. Like, just be careful who you listen to on YouTube or wherever else. Like, most people are not profitable, and they're just trying to make money off of you. Be very careful, very, very careful of people that only talk about their wins. Listen to people that share their losses and their wins. Those are the people you want to listen to. So that's it. Yeah, William, I mean, it's the place to be. So what's up, Colby? Miss Izzy, let me say this for you. So a lot of people claim that they're dyslexic. Like, they just throw it out there like, oh, I'm dyslexic, I'm dyslexic, I'm dyslexic. I kind of laugh whenever I hear a woman say, oh, I'm dyslexic. And I know you're not saying that, so I'm not suggesting that, but I laugh to myself when women say they're dyslexic because statistically, there's very few women in the world that are dyslexic, whereas it's generally an ailment that affects men. I am severely dyslexic, like to the point where it really affected me bad in school. I'm sure you guys can tell. Like, I'm an intelligent person. My IQ is actually like pretty high. I have what it would be considered like a genius level IQ. I was IQ tested when I was about 12 years old, and when I was IQ tested, they also tested me for dyslexia. But all the way up until that point in school, all of my teachers, like, to my face would tell me like, oh, you're stupid, whatever, you're lazy, blah 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 blah. And what it really was it was just all really hard for me, because whenever I would try to read a book, I would have to read like the same sentence like 10 times, because I would turn words around and transpose them, and it made education very, very difficult for me. The charts are done, Donna. And so, like, I had a very, very rough time in school, due to being like severely dyslexic, and I absolutely hate reading. I know there's a lot of people that struggle with absorbing what they read or whatever. And I'm not trying to say that like I'm worse off than you or anything like that, but I am saying I literally read every single sentence like 10 times. So for me to read a book takes way more commitment than the average person. And there's probably people worse off than me. Maybe there's people that have to read a sentence 20 times, and then there's people that can't read at all, of course. And I'm not trying to put any of those people down. Just that's where I'm at as a person. Like I have to read the same sentence 10 times to absorb it, and not transpose letters and words and whatever else. And so for me to sit down and read a book is a very, very monumental, difficult task. And I absolutely hate reading. But every single book that I recommend, I've read. And I challenge myself to constantly be reading and learning, and bettering myself. And it's not fun. I hate it. I absolutely despise reading. But that's how you gain knowledge, and power. And I hear a lot of people that are like, "Oh, I want the audiobook." The reality of audiobooks is most people, they're not really focused on what's being taught. So like, with an audiobook, it's always when I'm doing something else, like I'm driving my car, right? And so you're half paying attention to driving and half listening to the audiobook. I mean, if you're a person where you're like, I want to own the book and I want to read it, but when I'm in my car driving, I want to hear the audiobook as well. So hopefully like I absorb a little bit more from listening to the audiobook, then that's awesome. But audiobooks by themselves, most people are distracted doing something else versus like actually focusing on the audiobook. Like if you're going to sit in a chair and close your eyes and what put in some earbuds and actually like really just listen to what's being said, then sure, cool. But if you're doing something else, whatever, like somebody's walking up to you and having a conversation with you, or you're driving your car and you're, checking text messages and whatever else, you're not really focused on what's being said, and you're going to miss a lot of stuff. So, really, where the work is sitting down and actually reading. And again, you could listen to an audiobook, but you really have to tune everything else out, which is difficult to do when you're listening to an audiobook. All right. Um, yeah, your self-conscious is very important. I am in life. I'm a very, very positive person, and I convey to my kids like you have to think like a winner all the time. My 9-year-old, he'll get super frustrated with me. Like we sit down to play a board game, like let's just say Shoots and Ladders, where I don't have any kind of advantage over him. It's all luck of rolling dice and where you land on the board. But in my head, I have a winner's mentality. Like when I sit down to play a board game, I'm like, I'm going to win, 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 I'm going to win. And in my mind, losing is not an option. And I'm the same way with trading. I'm the same way with sports. I'm the same way with anything. Like I'm a very competitive person in all areas of life. And in my career, if you go to the hospital where I work, we have probably like 75 people in my department. And if you ask those people like who are the best people in your department, they would name me and probably one other person as the top two people. And that's because everywhere in life, like my goal is to be the best that I can be, and my goal is to be a winner. Thank you, Hef. You the man, bro. And so, yes, having a winning mentality, having a positive mentality, is very, very important. And you want to make sure that your mindset is that you're a winner. Everybody goes through struggles in life and whatever else. All of us have our story. All of us have our situation. I could tell you my sad story about how my dad left when I was 2 years old. Didn't really have a relationship with him. I would see him like once or twice a year. And he was busy hustling and making money. And he was very successful in business and too busy like for, I don't want to say for his children because he has like six, but for me and my sister, Other than the couple of times a year that we would see him, he's too busy, you know. And I feel like I didn't grow up with that father figure, you know, to teach me how to like do handiwork stuff and fix a car, or, whatever, build a fence, things like that. I've taught myself over the years, but I didn't have that man, role model in my life to teach me those things. And then what really like stung me was very recently, like a year or two ago, or no, not even a year, like 6 months, maybe a year ago, my dad out of nowhere tells me that, I'm immature, that I'm a horrible dad. Um, I don't even know what he just said, a bunch of like crazy stuff. Thank you, Colby. Um, and I was like, dude, who in the fuck are you to say that I'm immature? Like, you don't even know me. Um, like, who do you think you are? And up until that point, you know, like I tried to have like a relationship with him in the sense that he's my father and I respect him, you know, as my father and as a man. And, like his goals were a little bit different than, you know, like raising children. They were to make money, and that is what it is, whatever. Um, but I never disrespected him. But in the back of my head, I always had that, you know, um, that nagging feeling of like, would have been nice to grow up with a man to teach me, you know, man stuff. And, for him to come around and tell me like that I'm a bad father and I'm immature, and, I don't even remember like the stuff that he said, but it was all derogatory and had no basis, was the craziest part. Because like, if you ask my wife, she'll tell you like I'm an amazing father, and that's not me like patting myself on the back, but, as a man, I was like, I'm never gonna be the person my dad was. Like, if I'm committing to having kids, I'm gonna make sure that I'm there for them, and they're gonna grow up with me, and I'm gonna teach them and mentor them and try to have them be the best people that I can, you know. So the bottom line is like we all have our struggles, and, we all have our difficulties in life, whatever they are. But even with those struggles and difficulties, you always have to have that positive mindset and that winning mentality where, nobody can knock you down. Like, you're the best. That's it. Like, obviously, we're not the best, but in my head, I'm the best. So that's how I walk through life. Like, I am the best. So, yeah, of course, KJ. All right, everybody. I mean, that's going to do it for me. We went off on a pretty big tangent. It seems like the end of these videos, like we're constantly talking about, you know, more of the mental side of trading, more on studying on trading, whatever, life stuff, um, journaling, one trade a day. They're all important things. There's a lot that goes into trading, and really the hardest part is the mental aspect, the mental game of trading. And once you get that down, trading starts to get easy. Um, yeah, I mean, my dad went through it. My dad came from a very, very poor family. Like, he dropped out of school when he was 9 years old. They used to go to the store and like steal bread or whatever, so they wouldn't go to bed with a empty stomach. Um, so I can understand why his pursuit in life was money. I just don't understand why he came at me sideways for no reason. Very uncalled for. Anyway, it is what it is. I'm sure, you know, one day he'll figure it out, because as of right now, I don't speak with him. He reaches out to me and it's like happy birthday or whatever, Merry Christmas, blah 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 blah, and I just ignore it. I don't, like I said, up until then I was very respectful, but now I have no desire to have any communication with him. And then, like, for a lot of people this would probably be weird, like I probably would have got a massive inheritance from him if I just maintained the relationship, but money doesn't mean shit. Like, you don't get to walk all over who I am as a man, when you weren't there to, you know, help make me who I am today. So anyway, that's it. Um, so yeah, don't let any of that stuff bring you down. Like, everybody's got their story. I'm sure, you know, there's people with much worse stories than me. I know there are people with much worse stories than me. I see it every day in the hospital. People like battling cancer and younger than me dying and battling cancer. I see children die. I see babies die. I see adults die. And it kind of reminds you every day to like go home and hug your family and appreciate what you have. No worries, Rockets. No worries, Miss Izzy. All right, see you later, Scott Dog. And so fortunately, like pretty much every time I go to work, I get a reminder that there's a lot of people that have it a lot worse than me, and to appreciate your family and appreciate your friends. Hug the people around you because life is short, and out of nowhere, things take a turn and life ends. So, I mean, I guess that's just a message to you guys to go hug your loved ones right now and tell them you love them. And if you guys are beefing over some BS, maybe let it go. Kind of rough for me to say that because like I can't let the beef with my dad go right now. Maybe one day I will. It might be after he dies that I forgive him or whatever, but it's not going to be today. And my wife kind of gives me a hard time about that too. She's like, you only get one dad, and I'm like, yeah, I get it. He went too far, you know. Like you don't get to talk to me like that when you weren't there to make me into the man that I am today. So, yeah, I don't even know how I got on this crazy ass tangent, but anyway, hug your loved ones if you can. Squash your beefs. But when you sit down to trade, always in your head, 100% winner, like, and think that you're the best. That's correct, Izzy. Always surround yourself by people that are going to lift you up. Um, you look at people that are successful and wealthy. They surround themselves by successful, wealthy people. They don't have a bunch of poor, people that aren't working hard around them. Successful, hardworking people surround themselves with successful, hardworking people. So, all right, everyone. I'm going to dip out. I've got some stuff I need to go do with my family. So, yeah, 100%, Alan. Thank you, William. Much love, everybody. Much respect. I mean, you guys know me. Please, please, please. I know I preached on it a lot today. Be careful who you listen to. Be careful who you take advice from. If somebody's showing you losses and wins, there's a chance that those people you can trust, but not always 100%. If they're only showing you wins, ignore everything that they're saying because they're probably just trying to make money off of you. All right? Thank you, Juan. So anyway, much love, much respect. And I want to touch on something actually really quick before I go. I always give red hearts to people, and some dudes might look at that as gay or whatever. It doesn't matter to me if you do. I'm 100% a straight man, but in life, like, I don't really care who you are or what you believe in. We're really like all brothers and sisters, and we should be treating each other with love and respect. And when I say much love, like, it's not just some BS sentence. Like, I mean it. So seriously, everybody, much love, much respect. I wish you all the best. I hope, you can, whatever I've covered helps you in some way moving forward. I wish you all success. I hope you guys all crush it tomorrow. I hope you crush it this week. I'll be posting pictures of the baby on Friday. Probably will not be doing a video tomorrow because I'm generally really busy on Tuesdays, but there is a chance that we might crank one out. We'll see. Wednesday we will probably do a video, and Thursday we'll probably do a video. And then the baby comes Friday, so I won't be around at all on Friday. But anyway, much love, everybody. Much respect. Crush it. Peace out. Love you guys. I appreciate all the love that you guys have been showing. Keep liking the videos. Keep posting your wins. Keep posting your losses. I am accessible. You guys are welcome to DM me if you need to talk or whatever. And hopefully, something we covered today helps one of you out in some way, shape, or form. And we'll see you guys on the next one, all right? Peace.